Artsakh is Armenia! Artsakh is Armenia! Artsakh is Armenia! Armenia wants peace! Armenia wants peace! Armenia wants peace!
My name is Ani. I was born in Goris, Armenia, and I've been living in the States for the last 20 years.
My name is Artsakh. I was born in San Jose, California, and I've been living in Glendale since I was 2 years old.
My name is Edlin. I was born in Tehran, Iran, and I've been living in Glendale for 25 years. We are sitting here today in the city of Glendale, and Glendale is part of LA County, which is home to the largest group of Armenians outside of Armenia. So as diasporans, we feel a strong sense of responsibility to speak up and educate other Americans, our fellow Americans, about what's going on. In fact, like the street we're sitting on right now is called Artsakh Street, and the city recently contributed this to the Armenian community, and I think it's very powerful. On September 27th of 2020, Azerbaijan attacked Artsakh and the Armenian people.
In June 2020, Azerbaijan was actually one of the only nations that didn't sign the COVID ceasefire that was pertaining to the global pandemic that we're currently in. And in July, they actually attacked Artsakh, taking sort of advantage of the pandemic.
So they tested it in July, and then they also were training with Turkey for months, and then launched again in this past September.
They were planning this attack way in advance.
On October 9th, Russia was trying to mediate between Azerbaijan and Armenia a ceasefire. But Azerbaijan did not honor that ceasefire and kept launching missiles to Stepanakert and even launched missiles into Armenia proper.
So the ceasefire was supposed to go into effect at 12 noon, but they were launching attacks minutes before that. Journalists on the ground in Artsakh are saying they're still hearing missiles, unfortunately going into villages and just murdering the civilians.
So the Armenian people are indigenous to the Armenian highlands, which are situated between the Caucasus Mountains, between what's known as Anatolia, and also north of the Middle East.
So when you look at ancient maps, you always see Armenia in that region.
Armenia became the first Christian nation in the year 301 AD and has been targeted for their faith over the course of centuries. Currently, Armenia is the only Christian nation in that region, and the Armenian identity is intricately tied with the Christian identity.
In 1915, the Young Turks, which was a political party in the Ottoman Empire, viewed the Armenians as a threat to their pan-Turkic aspirations, so they began the process of annihilating and committing genocide against the Armenians, in which 1.5 million Armenians were murdered.
After the Armenian genocide, Armenia had no choice but to join the Soviet Union, during which Stalin gave the region of Artsakh to Azerbaijan in an effort to appease Turkey into embracing communism.
Artsakh declared its independence in 1991, but it is still internationally not recognized as an independent state, and it's still internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan, even though it is predominantly Armenian.
And historically, it's been predominantly Armenian for millennia.
Under international law, the territory of Nagorno-Karabakh belongs to Azerbaijan, but it is populated and governed by ethnic Armenians.
People living in that region were Armenian, and what they wanted was to be independent or join Armenia. A ceasefire was declared in 1994, and since then there's been a frozen conflict, and throughout the years Azerbaijan keeps attacking Artsakh, forcing Armenians to defend themselves. And the current situation that we're in now, we see these pan-Turkic ideals coming into play, where if you look at it on a map today, you'll see Turkey, a tiny sliver of Armenia and Artsakh, Azerbaijan, and then Turkmenistan. So you can see how Armenia, in their eyes, is the only thing standing in the way of this big empire that they're trying to build. And this is something that the world needs to wake up to, because it's not just a threat to Armenia, Artsakh, and Armenians, but to the entire world. It is a global issue that's brewing at hand.
When talking about Azerbaijan, it's very critical that we also talk about Turkey. I know we've been sort of talking about Azerbaijan and Turkey in unison, and that's because Turkey is backing Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan doesn't really do anything without Turkey's full support.
And they consider themselves brother nation.
Their presidents have said before that they are two countries, one nation.
The world should be aware and be very careful of their colonial aspirations in that region.
Just this year alone, Turkey has launched military advances into the region in countries such as Libya, Syria, Greece, Cyprus, and definitely Armenia. Their press freedom index in these two countries are one of the lowest in the world.
And not just that, just any anti-Turkish sentiment in Turkey, it's an arrestable offense.
I don't know if you guys know about the Article 301 in Turkey. What it stands for is denigrating Turkishness. So anyone who speaks out, for example, acknowledging the Armenian genocide or other minorities that are being oppressed, they will be persecuted under Article 301 in Turkey.
So they're not only trying to oppress the Armenian people, but in a way their own people are oppressed because they're being denied fair media
coverage
and access.
One thing to note is that Azerbaijan's economy is totally run by oil and oil reserves, and therefore they are a huge asset to the West.
You have Russia, you have Turkey, you have Iran in that region, and you have these states that would definitely get involved if this were to escalate and continue.
And I sometimes feel helpless, but I do know that there is another war that is being fought, and that is InfoWars online. The tactics that are being used is not only intimidation, but also the use of bots and different bot farms that are being employed to go on different social media platforms and in a way threaten people, silence people who are speaking up on this matter.
What this does is create a false narrative and a false equivalency of what's going on in the region. Armenia is acting in self-defense. If Armenia were to put down their weapons, Armenia would cease to exist, while Azerbaijan is the aggressor, and what they're trying to do is conquer the land. Philosophically speaking, Artsakh is definitely a symbol for the Armenian people of the constant struggle that they have had to endure to keep their identity. It is a constant reminder of the Armenian genocide.
Ecdadın asırlar boyunca yerine getirdiği bu görevi Kafkaslar'da neyse yine yerine getirmeye devam edecek.
Everyone, including Armenians living in Armenia and Artsakh, as well as different countries in the diaspora, are ready to end the conflict and they want peace.
Another thing you can do to help the Armenian cause is to spread the awareness. There are a lot of infographics floating around, there's videos, there's text, so please do your part in spreading the awareness about this global issue.
We're urging people all over the world to please contact your political leaders and stand up for this human rights issue, because this isn't just an Armenian issue, it's definitely a humanitarian issue. And please donate to armeniafund.org/donate.